Hello and welcome to another episode of SBAH Podcast. My name is Jonathan, but you can call me Hotman. And today we have another special episode of SBAH Podcast. And today we'll be talking about the tissue and donor awareness. And in the studio, I'm joined by two beautiful ladies who will be telling us more about the tissue and organ donation. Welcome, ladies, and please tell us who are you actually, and what do you guys do?
Hi, Jonathan. My name is Sister Wepilo Mulupe. I'm the transplant coordinator here in Sweet Academic Hospital. And thank you so much for allowing us to come here and speak about Organ Donation Month awareness. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kripman, for that introduction. Thank you very much for hosting us today. My name is Anya Meyer, and I'm the transplant manager overseeing Gauteng Province, Limpopo, and also Northwest. All the organ and tissue programs.
So, welcome, ladies. I would like to know. So, can you please tell me, how is Steve Biko Academic Hospital ensuring that they are promoting organ and tissue awareness? And can you tell us what else do you do to inform the community at large about the importance of organ donation?
So what we do is we go to all the different hospitals. We will interact with communities. We will interact with other stakeholders. Example, Center of Tissue Engineering. Safe 7 is with us today, and
Transplant sports.
And transplant sports.
Okay. Thank you so much. And as Steve Biko, we try to do the most when we try to do awarenesses to inform people and educate people about these awarenesses. So tell me, what was the theme, or what is the theme for this year's organ and tissue awareness? And can you please tell me about how is it being promoted in other various initiatives?
So we have different themes every year. So we've got different themes for provincial and national Department of Health. So we have two themes for this year. One of our themes is My Donor, My Hero, and the other theme is Donors as Superstars. So we are very grateful because even the National Department of Health is in support of organ donation and tissue donation.
That's wonderful. And I would like to know, just like a lot of us, what is the difference between organ donation and tissue donation?
The organ donation is when you donate your organs, which could be your heart, your 2 lungs, your liver, and your kidneys and pancreas. And your tissue is your corneas, your bone, and your skin. So those are the differences. And what you can donate when you are an organ donor and a tissue donor, there are also 2 different types of donation, meaning when you're a heart-beating donor, that is when a person has been, example, in a car accident and they've sustained a massive head injury and they become brain dead. They are then ventilated in the hospital and they can be an organ donor because your heart still needs to beat to be able to be an organ donor. But a tissue donor is when your heart has stopped. So you don't necessarily have to be in the hospital to be a tissue donor. You can, even if the person demise at home, or even in wherever they are, or at the funeral undertakers. Those people are all people that could be a potential tissue donor because your heart doesn't need to beat, and your heart doesn't beat at that point.
Okay, that's very informative. So I would like to know, what is who can become an organ donor?
So anyone who is healthy and who is willing to become a donor, or whose family is willing to donate organs. Anyone who is healthy. We don't have race or gender or age, or anyone who is willing to, as long as they are in a healthy status, then they can become an organ donor.
Tell me, so please, can you tell me about the myth or the misconception about organ or tissue donation? Are really people really coming through for this?
Yeah, no, you see that question. I find it very funny because we come across different myths about organ donation. So one of the common myths is that ancestors will not acknowledge me if I give away my organs, or my religion doesn't allow. But we always teach people, we are always willing and ready to teach people to say, if you donate your organs, we are not taking your soul from you, because your soul is the one that goes to heaven, to your ancestors, because organs and your body and every other thing is going to be eaten by maggots. And then when you are registered as an organ donor as well, it is very important to inform your family of your last wishes when you pass on from this earth, because your family, at the end of the day, they're the ones who will give us permission to procure your organs, to give that gift of life when you are no more. So it's very important that your family is aware, and for them to just acknowledge your final wishes.
That's wonderful. I want to know, how do I become, or how does one become an organ donor?
So it's very important to register as an organ donor, and you can register at odf.org.za, and then the telephone number is 0800 226611. But the most important is not the registration, the most important is to have that discussion with your family, because South Africa law prohibits patients to being donors if the family don't give consent. So even though you have registered as an organ donor, it's very, very important to have this discussion with your family, because they are the ones who will give the final consent after you have donized. So for us, it's important to register, because that also helps your family to make an informed decision about your last wishes. And I also just want to add on, just to say that we also have an HIV to HIV program in South Africa, very well established in Cape Town. And we are also bringing it to Gauteng, where we actually donate HIV kidneys to HIV recipients. And it's a very, very well doing program.
And finally, what is the correct procedure for organ donation? Can one trade his or her organ for money?
So in South Africa, it's prohibited to receive any remuneration for organ or tissue donation. We are working strictly under the National Act, Chapter 8, and that stipulates that we're not allowed to do that. The organ donation is a gift of life, and tissue donation, and it needs to come from a good heart to be able to embrace organ donation and tissue donation, and give the gift of life to the person who's receiving it.
Finally, before we close off the podcast, how can people get contact with you? How can people reach out to you so that they want to donate, or they want to get more information about the organ donation or about the tissue donation? And
so we can refer them back to Organ Donation Foundation, where they can register on their website at www.odf.org.za, or they can phone their toll-free number 0800 226611, or otherwise they can also be in contact with the different central hospitals who actually provide transplantation and will be able to assist.
And to add on that, for Steve Biko community, they can call my direct office line, which is 012-354-1460. That's for Steve Biko.
Thank you so much, ladies, for coming. You have really educated us about the organ and tissue donation, and this has really helped us to understand the difference between the organ and the tissue awareness. And thank you so much to our listeners and viewers for support. Our channel is growing, and please, when you on our socials, please don't forget, like and share to your friends, to your family, so that we reach the awareness, so that we ensure that a lot of people are informed about this, because this is also important. As much as we don't talk about it on a daily life, but it's something that we should be having conversations about. Especially as Africans, we must know how to tackle these issues. But for me and SBAH Podcast, see you next week with another episode.